We're going right into an inchworm walkout here. One of the key parts of this is you really want to be flat through your back as much as you can all the way through. Tall through your hips, challenge your hamstrings, reaching out, retracting shoulder blades, and as always, breathe deep. Big nasal inhalation. Hip hinge is such a key part to this too. Getting practiced at moving through the torso from the hip and not only the knee line. We're going to transition into a Spider-Man push-up here. Opposite knee is moving outside to 90 degrees. You're going down onto the opposite forearm. You really want to stabilize through your hips. They're going to have a tendency to want to rock back and forth. Begin again on your nose breath. This is another opportunity to practice that hip hinge. Okay, you're leveraging, of course, your core strength. You're resisting gravity on the way down, retracting shoulder blades, and keeping it out of the neck. Sometimes the way certain body types are, you might have to counterbalance with your legs, using your legs leveraged up a little bit off the ground to be able to transition your whole torso up. That's fine. You don't want to go there if you don't have to, but if your body type requires it and you find you're struggling to get up or swinging with your arms, go ahead and raise both your legs straight off the ground and it will help counterbalance your torso weight. 8-minute mark right here. Keep breathing nice and deep. Stay focused. You're going to transition through a leg sweep right here. So it's basically a pistol squat on the ground and a long single leg lunge. That hand that have on the ground stays there all the way through. That same leg is transitioning underneath. So right arm, right leg, flat through your back, keeping that arm tall. It will have to come down as your torso goes through, lift it back up again. You're practicing retracting that shoulder blade. Working to keep that leg elevated, that's sweeping through. When it goes to the back, it's down in that long lunge. When it comes back through, use your challenge to lift that leg. So this is a rotational core exercise. That left arm is staying tall all the way through. You're scissor kicking through, long through your hip line. Same leg lifts, and you're going to that opposite side. So I have my left arm up, I scissor kick through my legs, my left leg is in transitioning, okay? Good, switches back to the leg. You're using that core strength. It's another practice at the hip hinge. Rotational through. Nose breath, begin again. Opposite side here. Scissor kick switch. Rotation through. You're reaching over through there. No strain through your neck. If you feel that, take a split second on that beginning and that end right there to let your head come down onto the ground. Notice your breath. What's it doing? Begin again with your nasal inhalation. Last round through here, then we're going to get you up off the ground. Good. She's using a Bosu to do a step through. You can do it straight from the ground. You want to resist swinging the leg around. See how her shoulders and her hips are pretty stable in her height. She's not bouncing up and down. Lateral stability in both her knees, especially her plant foot. Good. You're going to switch legs right here. If you were stabilizing with your right, you're going to switch to your left. Good, almost. You're going to transition back down onto the ground here in a few seconds. Good, get back down. This is an Alt V get up. So as you can see, she's bending her right knee and her right arm is reaching to her left foot. So you're doing that V up component and getting your hips up off the ground. We're going to switch sides here. So now she's bending her left knee. Her left hand is reaching for her right toe. Getting those hips up tall off the ground is really good practice. You're having to leverage core strength. You have to use glute strength, quad strength. Everything is working together. Good. Now we're going back to another practice with that hip hinge. See how I'm resisting gravity as I come back down? You want to make sure you do that. And again, if you need to leverage your legs a little bit, that's fine. If that keeps you from swinging or really rounding through your low back or mid back, go ahead and lift your legs off the ground. It'll help counterbalance you. Always begin again with your breath, nasal inhalation. Resetting shoulders, resisting gravity. All right, we're going to get back up off the ground here. This side lunge with rotation, one thing that's really critical about it is, again, it's another practice at the hip hinge. So as you go out to the side, toes continued, pointed forward, orientations forward on the lunge all the way through, and then rotation. That hip is going back so that knee stays behind the toe. All right, we're laying on our back here in rotation, full push-up. Those hands go underneath the shoulder. Use your core strength to get the rotation. Don't allow your hands to give you leverage. Rotate. Hands pull under the shoulder so you're getting that push-up right from underneath your chest line. Keep breathing. Nose inhalation always. Good. We're going back to that hip hinge practice with the inchworm walkout. Spine neutral, chin neutral. Always looking through that straight line, flat through your back. Feel your glute strength as you go through the top end of that hinge. Really doing the top end of a deadlift right there with no weight. Challenge your hamstring mobility. Walk those feet back underneath you. Same thing, pretty straight-legged. Now we're going out into a 4-point alt pointer. Stabilizing. Knee is right under the hip line. Going back onto the haunches gives you just a little chance to come out of that and going back and reset again. Breathe deep. Feel your lower back contraction. That lumbar spine is working, not being overtaxed. Glute strength on that elevated leg. Nice work.